You know, when black people were worth something as a culture, meaning the culture was rich and not under attack from corporate schemes and scams to do money toward individuals who were either up to no good or not trying to do good for their own constituency, to be a proper representative of the places that they come from, rather than the stepping fetchits and whatever other Sambo individuals that we can kind of go through the course of history and relegate our meanings to, rectify that these individuals have been definitely a downtrodden and a low frequency oscillating reminder of the coonery that we've come from, just in order to be able to make it and survive and eat, for those who decided that they would not go against the oppression or the oppressors who deny you your opportunity for self-mastery. Like all of the other inventors and masked men and women who have invented amazing things that we still use in the world today, and we just don't know that it is so-called African American people who invented those things, because they didn't have slave rights or copyrights for slaves. So the owners would take it upon themselves to credit themselves for the work of other people, and therefore you have so many different people in the world today that just don't know that they have the ability to create masterfully, to come about and go within and find ideas of what most people would think delusions of grandeur or illusions, and bring those ideas into fruition to create new and better technology to better our everyday living. Because if you look at the history of African, so-called African American people, they have always dealt in the mastery of creating things that are utility wise. Things like, air conditioners, and so on and so forth. Things to make everyday life better. The first man to ever make a plane, which was called a flying machine, his machine, when it was being taken off to the World's Fair, was derailed on a train and destroyed. Never made the World's Fair. No one ever saw it. So many other things that was accredited to the African American. In America today, you would beg to differ when I say the first car and the cell phone, light bulb, so many different things, refrigeration, so many different things. You would be surprised as to how many utilitarian things that we utilize on a daily, every day, and only to turn around and get no credit, residual income, nothing. You can't even be left alone when you build a community and you thrive, or you try to thrive, and then it gets bombed away by the occupants, are people who are occupants on this land that belong to relatives who were mine, who were here first, right? My ancestors walked these lands. Our DNA is connected to the dirt within the ground. And only to be put in slavery as prisoners of war and masqueraded as so many other things that we were not, to be given smallpox and have the entire government taken away, for example. And then be completely and totally gaslit and lied to. You just kill off the parents, kill all the elders off, take the children and enslave them. It's easier to do it that way. This is what happened. This is why a lot of survivable inventions and imagery and artistry and art, amazing things that happen is no longer in place. And if you go into the Vatican and the Smithsonian, you'll see all of it. And so now all of this has to be ironed out. And we still have a group of people and they completely and totally fall into the guidelines of what they've been told about themselves. They call themselves niggas. I have also been a nigga myself. I have to admit, you know. But the mindset of the nigga is to rebel and to go against and to thrive and to excel and to survive. But it has recently become something else that is so detriment. It is deriving from a mindset and a cultural identity that is taking people straight to hell. And if we look at it, it is from a 1% mindset that this was created and handed down to so many today that look at it as the end all be all. The 1% has now become the 99. And what was evil is now good. This is the place that we live in, right? What's good has now become evil. What was lies have now become truth, and what truth has now become lies. As we fight forward to continue to unveil the truth, because those of us who are truth seekers and live in the truth, we understand that the truth makes you free. It doesn't set you free, but it makes you free. It changes your makeup, the character of how you live and look. When I found out that Christ was black, he looked like me. When I looked in the book of Revelations and it said God had feet of burnt brass, I began to carry myself differently. I began to hold myself to higher standards, and this was the main reason that they took the imagery and played it against you. And so, because we live in this type of a world today, there's so much that we have to take on, and I just want to tell you guys that I don't want to see you fall. I don't want to see you destroyed. I don't want to see 2/3 of you have to go away and come back and have to do it over. How many times must we regurgitate, come back to this place, have to do it over? I know that everybody is in different places within their walk. Whether you're running a 5K, 10K, whatever it is, or you're walking it, you know, shout out to you, all of those that are walking. You understand that the race is not given to the one that's really strong or really fast or swift, but it's given to the one who walks it out, who endures to the very end. I give praise for people like you who think that way. And I repent of all of the times that I've tried to excel and push myself, be the biggest and the baddest and the strongest, you know. I repent of all those times. But I just want to let you people know that you are a people within a people. You are a nation within a nation. And the more you know about yourself and the more you wake up, the better off you will be. The better off the world will become. Because the whole idea is about the world becoming a better place. Not just you, not just us, not just them. Whoever them is. But it's about everybody becoming better.